Yeah, Misty, thank you for joining us. What do you do for a drop off that's a hint to me? Texting the customer is not available and texting support isn't available. Why does it do that? I don't know about the texting support thing. But I do know that there is a lot of people that
Oh, I know exactly what she's dealing with. It's merchant-based orders. They do
mm,
that a lot. So, like, in their system, there's no leave at door option, and if the app updated, it'll delete their instructions to leave at door. Yeah, it'd say "hand to me" still, but they'd say "leave at door." Yeah, I this on DoorDash, you can hit the question, follow the steps, and usually it don't make you wait no more, but sometimes it still makes you wait for the timer, especially the merchant orders. So my opinion is just follow the steps on DoorDash. Uber, it doesn't matter. Even if you follow the steps, the customer can still say they didn't get it, and they're always going to believe the customer. So just like pretend you're calling, text that phone number, the picture, with an address and a street shot. Actually take a physical photo and have it in your phone. So hopefully you can dispute that if that happens, because you deal with that on a daily basis. So Uber, and then just message in the chat saying, "Hey, I left at this address, so 123 Main Street." And sorry for the lighting, guys. And 123 Main Street at your front door. And I sent you a text with the phone number associated with this account. The problem is most people try to put a fake number or don't update their number because they think it's only for marketing when it's actually us trying to get a hold of them. And then when we call, for whatever reason, through these food apps, unless it's catering apps, not all of them, but most have their actual real phone number, but all of the on-demand apps have a spoof number, and for whatever reason, they all come up spam. It won't say that we're calling from, we're DoorDash or that we're Uber or that we're Spark. I don't know why. Very rarely it will come up as the app you ordered from, but every time, like 1 out of 10 times, it'll actually come up, say DoorDash. And I know it's the driver trying to call me usually or support. Um, but if not, it will say spam. And it's like so annoying. And all you can do is try to call 2, 3 times because calling repeatedly in a row will, like, oh yeah, I ordered food and maybe I should answer this. That's all I can say is, like, just follow the steps. Uber, do not wait for that stupid 9-minute timer because it never matters. It's either 9, 11, or like sometimes they'll say 20. Instacart, just take the picture in the chat and confirm, because like, and if you want to like get a hold of support, but support is much slower these days. Roadie, take your own risk. That's all I can say. Any catering order, it's very rare to leave at door, but like they're all supposed to be handed to me. But like, I had someone who ordered catering to their home and is always leave at door, and I just knew who she was, so it wasn't a big deal.
and she is clarifying that it's DoorDash that she was mentioning.
So what makes them ask for a pin? Basically, if the customer requested it, or they had an issue in the past, or say they didn't get a delivery. It's not always that though. I've had it prompt me that I had a pin the other day, but it didn't prompt the dasher. And it's like, I don't know why it prompted me for the pin. So sometimes it's just random, and it's just not anything the customer did. Or if they got a bad driver, like, try to approach it with humility and say, "Oh, I'm sorry if your last driver was bad," and usually the customer will say something if they meet you in person. If they refuse to meet you in person, follow the can't hand me steps, and or if they don't know, say it's the last four of the number associated with the account. What's the last four of your phone number? Because a lot of times people will do it for other people, and it's actually super annoying. So I would just you could call, and their voicemail will often have their number, and you could just complete the order that way and move on.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
can
I
do
do with
that
that.
You could do that on DoorDash. I know that Uber actually something they did. I don't know if you know this.
Mm.
Uh, they actually started doing something interesting with their call forwarding system. So, first off, it'll tell you that they are recording the call. Like they are actually outwardly saying that now. And
Yeah.
when it goes through all the ring, 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 right? They will block the voicemails, electronic message, I guess would be the best way to put it. Um, so you know how you would say at the end of the excuse me, at the end of the call, your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice messaging system. Nope. Just they will basically block all of that out. I think they'll still say like at the tone, please record your message and send in the beep. That's it. There's no you don't get to hear the voicemail anymore. You don't get to hear the number. That's it.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know Uber did that. DoorDash, yeah, like, if a driver calls me or if I call the driver, it says, you know, uh, "This call may be recorded for quality assurance and your security," or whatever BS line that they always give you for those kind of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know, we had, one of the things on, the Gone Wild podcast and clips channel that you posted was about Spark and, how content creators are getting deactivated because they felt like you were sharing personal information of the customers. And now I see that, but like that just makes our job harder. Like the Colorado law, no, we have to know all that information and they can't do that kind of crap. I mean, we are contractors. It's like it's kind of important that we know details so we can get it to you. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, I get customer privacy, but at the same time, like we have to be able to do our job.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not always that simple though. Like I understand the point of like automated call systems and like protecting privacy in terms of like their actual phone number, so they'll send it to a spoof number or they will like they'll get uppity about putting somebody's address online. And you know what? I do kind of get that. Like you shouldn't be doxing
You
people
should
if
be
you
blocking it out. But yeah, I do see that all the time on all these different groups. They'll just leave the address out in the open, like not just the number, they're like taking a picture, which even if the address number is in the picture, you should be blocking that out.
yeah,
But
to
like,
the best of your ability, of course.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
obviously, it doesn't need to be perfect,
yeah.
and
Like it can say it's St. Louis, Missouri or Boca Raton, Florida, whatever. But
yeah,
like, the actual number, the address number in the street is what's really important. And they're I know a lot of people like to post first and last names, and that's a big, big no-no. Like, I just do first names only. Like, okay, Cindy, you know, got this order, and then you just go on like you would in a video explaining the order. You don't try to dox people. That's just wrong. Um, I did
agreed.
see Misty. She said, "I
Misty
like,
Misty has been engaging a lot, actually.
yeah, uh,
In to be clear, Maine, free pizza slices and DQ cars for a free thing with 5 or 6 orders.
yeah." Some
Uh,
markets have
yeah,
that. Like, they'll have appreciation for certain merchants, and that's just up to the individual franchisee.
and Michigan is we got Maine and Michigan out of Misty. Those are 2 left field locations.
Yeah, that's, like, way apart. I thought
Like,
Pittsburgh to here was far.
you get Maine, and then, like, what's next to Maine? How bad at
Vermont,
geography
New
is Maine?
Hampshire, yeah.
New Hampshire, let's say that. Maine and New Hampshire, okay. Maine and Michigan. Michigan's so far apart from Maine, it's apart from itself in 2 parts. Both parts of Michigan.
So, like, okay, get to the comment where she was talking about a photo and,
No one
like
else offered me anything other than drinks and long waits. It was a hand to me. I just wanted a picture. Thank you.
So, okay, she said another comment. She's like, "Oh, so I don't have to do the dispute." That's the problem. If you just send a picture and you didn't follow, say, DoorDash's steps, they will still nail you and believe the customer. Follow the steps. You know
Mhm.
it's a pain, and merchant orders, you just kind of gotta wing it and go with it. But like anything that's DoorDash based order, just hit the question mark, say I can't reach the customer, I've reached the location, blah 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 blah, and go through the steps. It should skip the timer now. Because if you hit the can't hand to me button on the bottom, it will start a timer. Never ever hit that button. Just go to the question mark, go through the steps. I
Yeah.
know it could be a pain, but that's the only way you can protect yourself. But in my case, one was a leave it door and two were, and I took the pictures anyway, but because I got like three in a row, I got deactivated anyway because like it just tripped the AI. But mostly, that's not, it's going to be an isolated incident. It's going to be one out of 200, 300 orders. Yeah, no problem, Miss Misty. Like, I'm just telling you from experience, and this is why to only take good quality orders. In my case, like the lowest paying was 9, and I didn't realize they were all no tip. So yeah, I got screwed. But like, this is why we need transparency and full breakdowns. So like, if like I feel it's no tip, let's say it's a shop for $25 for 5 items. I know that's a no tip that's been floating around, but I will do it anyway because it's $25. But you
Yeah.
can mitigate your risk by taking very few of those. I've only had a couple of those go sideways, and I immediately report those customers. Always report those customers every single time they do something dishonest like that, guys. Um, so hopefully this makes it in the clips. We've been going 45 minutes, but she says, I have people who need a pin, and the next time they don't. So I have no idea why. And a customer asked me why again today. I always say I have no idea. So often it's because they had some kind of issue with the order. But again, like in my case, like it just did it to me randomly, but it didn't come up on the dasher's end. Like it gave me the pin code and everything, which is the last four of my phone number, but it didn't ask the dasher. The dasher only had to ID me. I'm going to guess because I had to get carded for my medication, it didn't do that. And I couldn't rate my last few shoppers, but I said no, I don't want them to shop again. And I had 3 in a row at that address that I did not like. Maybe it tripped something in the AI algorithm saying, hey, this might be a problem customer, even though it was the people shopping for me sucked. The last guy I got, he's superstar. He listened, and he got me the medicine I needed and everything else, bee spray because there was hornets right out my door. And I gave him a nice, crisp $20 bill right in person. So he did awesome. I wish I could have given him 5 stars. It only finally let me rate again my last driver that I got Chinese for. I didn't order groceries. I just ordered just food. And it finally let me rate for the first time in like 2 months. I don't understand why that's a thing. Like, why can't I rate my drivers? Doesn't make sense to me because, especially for shops, I want to 5 star them and heart them saying, I want this shopper again. But I've never gotten them as a repeat shopper. Like, what's the point of having them as one of your favorite shoppers if you never get them again? And I know a lot of these people do it full time. So it's like, how come I never get these guys again? Come on. um, Yeah, so it's usually because either you said something, there was some kind of issue with the order, even just long wait times at the merchant they did, or if they rated the merchant poorly, all of that can trip an AI algorithm. Yeah.
I often do not get pins until I get the order to customer drop location. 9 times out of 10, that's exactly how it's supposed to go.
Uh,
Um,
like if you click at the sub menu, it used to say it, but I don't know if they changed that because they constantly like to change the app for the worst. I swear on all of these apps. It's like, why are you fixing what's not broken and works properly and is simple? Simpler the better.